Well, hello and welcome to another daily Dominion. It's Monday and we have a mixture of plunder and the base cards, whereas we just have three base cards, if I'm seeing that correctly: Vassal, Council Room, and Market. And the rest, as well as the traits, is from the plunder expansion. Now you can see the kingdom over here. Let me hide myself. We have strong thinning in Cage and Maroon. Cage can stash away some of your early junk cards to put them into your hand later once you start greening. Maroon can trash a card to draw cards, as usually quite nice tempo while thinning. Then we also have Council Room as strong draw, also for your opponent, but still quite nice, and Harbor Villages as villages to go with that. Also, Mapmakers draw, Vassals can provide payload in a clean deck, Markets as well. King's Cash and paired with, for example, golds well, in this kingdom only golds probably, could be some or alright payload, although also there's Frigate, a very strong and centralizing attack, which will have you discard down to 4 cards after playing an action. And this is quite devastating and shuts down most engines usually, especially treasure-based payload stuff. But yeah, Frigate itself is action-based payload, and vassals and markets and also our harbor villages and cabin boys could also all be used instead of treasure-based payload. So in principle, you could work around frigate attacks here, I think. Also, there are two traits: Patient, which is on Console Room, which says at the start of your cleanup phase, you may set aside Patient cards from your hand to play them at the start of your next turn, which is amazing with Console Room if you have a few of those. You get to kick off your turn by drawing 4 cards and having a buy. And even though the other players will then draw cards, or the other player in this case, if we manage to get a frigate and play afterwards, if they happen to play an action card, they need to discard down to 4 cards anyways. And the extra card they draw doesn't matter that much. Then also Cage is inspiring, which is not very inspiring to be honest, because inspiring lets you play action cards from your hand that you don't have copies of in play, but after playing an inspiring card. But the only time you're going to be playing a Cage is very early in the game, where you won't have more than one action card. So yeah, not super. This trade doesn't modify the kingdom at all, I would say, even, and it's kind of a do-nothing thing. But all the other things could be relevant here. Now, the kingdom plot for today looks as follows. Frigate is a strong and centralizing attack, shaping this kingdom, and apart from that, everything is there. We have plus buy in Council Room and Market. We have some gains via the plus buy, and also Cabin Boy can gain you frigates or other cabin boys, I guess, even though that doesn't do anything. Yeah, I mean, there's no gain and play possible here. There's only the plus buy. And draw and village is there. Pretty good draw, I would say, especially with Council Room, but the frigate attack might negate this. And yeah, I don't know. We are going to try to go for an engine here for sure. Try to thin down quickly, pick up a few council rooms and pair that with frigates and harbor villages, and then see how we go from there. And hopefully have them set up in a patient way. Opening wise, to facilitate this, I think in all cases you want to probably open just Maroon and Cage. Could also open Maroon and Silver, nothing wrong with that. Although also Maroon and Vassal might be an option if you feel risky. I think just the Maroon and Cage thing is more likely to get you thin very, very quickly, and thus, yeah, help your deck the most in the short term, and thus, yeah, I would go for that. You could also go Council Room Cage on the 5-2, which is an option. Doesn't sound too bad, although the extra card you draw your opponent might accelerate them. Alright, and with that, I'd say we start this kingdom. Let's go for the Maroon cage opening. And yeah, just stash away those cards here. End our turn. AI opens Maroon Silver. As I said, also a solid opening. We should pick up a silver ourselves this turn. Although, this could still... Okay, this might be a bit weird. But this could be a harbor village. And next turn we have essentially 5 junk cards on the Maroon. The Maroon should be able to trash one more junk card, and then we can pick up a Vassal with that and get to our payload this way. And that's better than just picking up a Vassal, because the Vassal won't be +1 card, +1 action. So yeah, I think I like that. Not put any more stop cards into the deck. Let's hope we find the estate. If we don't, it's also not too much of a hassle. And now, yeah, this should be good. Unfortunately, we might not find... we do find the Vassal here to get one more. And immediately we're thin, essentially. Now, here, at this point, we are going to have 5 money next turn. And we could think about just putting in a market to then go... What do we want to go for here? I think this wants to be a market, and we'll pick up Vassal Harbor Village, not trashing anything next turn. And from there we can then start trashing more stuff. I think I like that. Let's not play this Maroon. And just go for Harbor Village Vassal. And AI draws us a card there. Yeah, we can play this without any qualms whatsoever. Quickly build up the payload here, now get rid of those coppers and start attacking AI via a frigate. I think we just want to pick up, like, going for Vassal might be a tiny bit greedy at this point. We have 3 junk cards, or 2 junk cards in the deck. So Harbor Village for sure is a safe option. And Harbor Village is also +1 coin, so it's not that bad here, to be honest. So just go Harbor Village, Vassal, and here... No, we are guaranteed to hit something good with the Vassal, actually. So we can just play this, follow this up by Frigate, play this, follow it up by Market, and trash this copper. Put the other Frigate into play. And AI has a patient council room set aside, so it will draw as a card. But with the Frigate, it will also need to discard down to 4 cards, and this is going to be quite brutal. We, on the other hand, should pick up the next plus buy, especially with all the money we have now. This could, in principle, already be a council room, but at this point, Market also provides the extra action and coin. Might be a bit better. And yeah, we thinned down quite rigorously. And we will thin out the last copper this turn, so yeah, we should be quite good. Let's actually, yeah, play this and then that. This all looks good. And yeah, we have 12 money. We've thinned out everything that we wanted to thin out, and this could probably be just Vassal, Harbor Village, Market. Like, I don't mind putting in a bit more villages than we actually need. And just put in a tiny bit more plus buy as well. And actually this game might end in just a pile out, given how it's going. AI is skipping Frigate, which is a huge mistake. It should certainly go for that. Yeah, we can play all this. Great vassals. Yeah, and here I wonder if we actually do just go triple vassal, or let's pick up one more market, I think, just for some extra buys and starting to threaten more stuff. AI's deck is not at the point where it could threaten to really mm, do that much amazing stuff. Like it has, I think, 2 markets and 2 council rooms, so it could pick up 5 cards, but yeah, it's also rather limited. It picks up 3 vassals, so with just 5 markets, we would be able to win here. It's very nice to have seen the the Maroon here as well already, as as we won't need to discard it to a vassal play. Let's play this first and alternate these plays with others, and yeah, always get money from that. And if we had 3 more money, we would already be able to pile the markets, but of course we don't. We won't be able to do that. But if we just go double province here, then next turn we should be able, if we draw, we should be able to finish the remaining markets. Although we might want to put in one more draw card into the deck just to be sure that we actually draw. I don't think we need the points. Even if AI provinces here, we should be able to buy 4 markets and get some more stuff. And what does the other card want to be? I think probably just a Mapmaker, although it could also be a Maroon to trash out the junk that we just put into our hand via the cage trashing. And yeah, in any case, because AI has skipped Frigate, this game has been a walk in the park so far. And I don't think we are in any danger of losing here. I mean, yeah. Look at this amazing hand we've drawn here. We're essentially guaranteed to draw, and we might even be able to set aside the council room. I will probably pick up double province here, and that's completely fine with me. But yeah, let's go for that. Alternate those plays. And yeah, this is really, really, really good. And while we are not able to okay, this is interesting. We could react the Mapmaker to have one more council room set aside. Actually, let's do that. That's sounds like it's fun. We are not able to buy the remaining 4 markets and pile out quite like that, but we are able to. Yeah, I was just thinking whether we should maybe pick up a cage there. No, but we are able to draw this council room, which we next turn will be able to also play. And here we could, I don't know, just put 9 more money into the next hand. And unless AI would somehow get a frigate into play, which is impossible as it doesn't have cabin boys, our next turn, yeah, should be really good. AI had 17 money, I believe, last turn. Or maybe 19. So yeah, it doesn't have quite enough for for the 4 markets. So we really are safe here. Can set aside those 2. And also AI's deck quality should severely suffer now. Yeah, I mean, look at this. It starts off with the Maroon, trashing a copper. And we, on the other hand, can alternate vassals and harbor villages as we please. Let's decline this. Play harbor village market, frigate and market, and just triple play this gold and go for those. I guess we can react this. Go for those last 4 provinces which we've set up on the last turn and win pretty nicely. I think, of course, with more lowering on the turn before, had we gone for 1 more market, we would have been able to maybe already close it out a turn earlier. But we just played it safe, went for the provinces, and we weren't threatened at all, as I said, with the absence of frigates on AI's part. Council room frigate, this interaction was interesting. Also the Mapmaker council room thing to draw the council rooms you would then set aside. I think that was quite cute. And it allowed us to be a bit greedier for the last turn, picking up that king's cash and gold. You might even have been able to just buy 1 or 2 coppers there for extra payload, but really, we didn't need it. In any case, I think that wraps up today's video, and I will try to catch you in the next one, I guess. And until then, goodbye.